Chapter 1. The Coming of the Iron Man. The Iron Man stood at the top of the cliff. Where did he come from? Nobody knows. His head was shaped like a dustbin, but as big as a bedroom. He was as tall as a house, with giant iron feet. Suddenly the Iron Man stepped forward and crash! Smash! As he fell, he hit rock after rock, and his body lay crumbled like a biscuit all over the sand.
Night time arrived, and the sky turned to blue. When it gets to dawn, he reassembled himself like a jigsaw puzzle. He looks for his ear. Unfortunately, a seagull swooped down and carries it away.
Chapter 2. The Return of the Iron Man. In the afternoon, Hogarth was trying to catch some fish to eat for dinner. Suddenly, he saw two green lights at the top of the cliff. From behind a rock, the Iron Man slowly appeared. Hogarth ran home because he was terrified, and he told his dad, who went to tell the other farmers. They didn't believe him until they saw giant teeth marks in half-eaten tractors.
The farmers decided to dig a massive hole in the ground to trap the Iron Man. For many days their trap didn't work, until one day Hogarth found a fox in the woods and tried to catch it. He didn't get the fox, but he did see the Iron Man, so he climbed up a tree to hide from him.
When he came back down, he ran away from the Iron Man, who followed him and then fell into the hole. Hogarth felt guilty because he thought it was his fault.
The family was picnicking one day on the hill. They did not know what lay beneath them. Over the years, grass had grown long and beautiful on the top of the ground which the Iron Man was buried.
All of a sudden, a crack started to appear, a centimetre at first, then 10 centimetres, then a metre. Slowly, the ginormous grey Iron Man finger appeared from below.
Then another. Following the hand came an arm as long as a giraffe's neck, then a head as big as a bedroom.
The family ran as the Iron Man emerged. News spread quickly that the Iron Man was back. Hogarth was called together with the farmers. They needed to hatch a plan quickly.
They decided to make a deal with the Iron Man. They went with their tractors to meet him. Hogarth was the one to do all the speaking.
"We are here to make a deal," he said. "If you stop eating our tractors, we will feed you all the iron you want. You can live in our scrapyard."
And so it was that the Iron Man was to live amongst iron and steel and all things shiny.
For the space being on the Iron Man. Every night there is a small star in the night sky. Surprisingly, one night the star started getting bigger and bigger until it was as big as the moon. People started to see a black speck beginning to grow on the star.
It appears to be a spacebar angel dragon. The next day it lands on Australia and lies there. Everybody gets scared and they don't know what to do.
Hogarth asks the Iron Man and begs him to help, but the Iron Man is too busy eating. Hogarth repeats and the Iron Man goes to help.
Chapter 5. The Iron Man's Challenge. The Iron Man agreed to be taken apart and flown to Australia. A ship from China carried some girders to Australia, along with all from Japan. He landed near the Dragon's Neck with all the supplies. The engineers put the Iron Man back together, and they made a fire pit. The Iron Man shouted to the space-backed angel dragon that I challenge you to a test of strength.
The Iron Man sat on the fire pit and laid there for a while. Soon the Iron Man went off the whack. The dragon said, "Where shall I lay? Surely you can't find a fire pit as big as Australia." Then the Iron Man pointed at the sun. This meant the dragon had to lay on the sun. So the dragon flew up to the sun and sat there for a while. He came down and made an even louder crash than he did before the first time.
The Iron Man said, "Well played," but he went back to the fire and sat there for a while again. He thought he would melt. He thought it would be the end. He finally managed to do it. The dragon did not want to do it a second time, but he decided he would. The dragon flew up to the sun, and he laid on the sun. He turned hotter the closer he got. He lay on the sun. The dragon turned red hot, then white hot. He managed to do it. The Iron Man was about to go on a third time. The dragon thought he'd have to go on a third time as well. "Wait!" roared the dragon. "That's it. You win. I will be your slave." The Iron Man said, "Fine. What can you do?" "I can sing, okay?" "I know. You can do that every night then." What's that?